Hey you guys, well this is going to be a very different video from the usual stuff that I do. This is not going to be a trailer reaction video, no trailer review, no movie review, and no movie news whatsoever. No, this is something that I have been requested to do for quite some time. So I was like, yeah, so let's do this. A lot of people have asked me, yo dude, how does your rating system work? We don't get it. And I'm like, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty easy. They're like, no, we really want you to do a video on it. Please explain, how do you rate your movies? And I'm like, well, okay, here's the video. First of all, I want to say that the label that I put on a movie at the very end of all of my reviews is not the thing that you should be looking out for. You should be listening to what I say, the reasoning, the arguments. Because this is essentially my take on the movie. The labeling is just the tip of the iceberg. And if you're looking for someone who just labels movies, that's not me. That's not who I am. But I did try to find some sort of a rating system. So here it goes. My highest rating is the so-called gold medal. Every time you see this, I consider this movie pretty damn amazing. Can gold medal movies have flaws? Yes. But I do believe that these flaws are either minor or just completely eclipsed by the positives that outweigh the negatives big time. In order to receive the gold medal, I believe a movie has to succeed in what it set out to do. For example, I gave Avengers Age of Ultron the gold medal this summer. Do I believe that this is a perfect movie without any flaws? No, of course not. Do I believe that it's as good as Schindler's List or 12 Years a Slave? No, absolutely not. But it succeeded in what it set out to do, and that is be a comic book movie for comic book fans, furthering the character development of all of our beloved heroes, and nailing the cheesiness, the one-liners, the dialogue, all that stuff that a summer blockbuster fun action comic book flick should do. That's why it did get the gold medal. If I were to review Schindler's List, 12 Years a Slave, The Green Mile, these movies I consider to be amazing and of course way better than The Avengers. But I can't criticize The Avengers for being comic book-y because this is what it's trying to do. The same with Krampus, for example. Some people were like, how could you give this movie a gold medal? And I'm like, well, it is a horror comedy and it nailed all the right tones for me. My second highest rating is the silver medal, and this is again a movie that I consider to be above average. It does have some flaws, and these flaws are noticeable. However, you get over them. The flaws are a little bit more noticeable than during the gold medal, but it's still an above average flick that I not only like, but loved, and I definitely urge you to see it. Next up, the bronze medal, and that is one of those movies that I consider entertaining enough. It's an average flick. It's not a must-see by any means. However, you will not hate yourself for having seen it. It's still an okay movie. It still might be a good movie, but it's not one of those things where I'm like, okay, drop everything that it is that you're doing right now and check out this film. Now let's get to my fourth best rating, which is the so-called Time Stealer. And that is a movie that is just filled with flaws. It is definitely not a good movie, but it might have one or two positive aspects that you're like, okay, I see what they were trying to do, but in general it failed. However, these are movies that I can't recommend to you guys in all good conscience. Guilty pleasure movies, however, also fall into this category. So, if you have a movie that you know that's kind of horrible and shitty, but you do enjoy it, this is the category for you. And last but not least is the so-called shit award. I mean, the title says it all. This is a movie that just sucks. No enjoyment whatsoever, painful to watch, and I actively tell you not to watch it. This is my rating system. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, sorry for not having explained it earlier, but yeah, it is what it is. Now you know. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then just subscribe.